Hello lads and welcome to the 20th episode of the Ipswich Town Career Mode. In the last episode we did play a couple of games and ended up losing in the live game to Tottenham Hotspur. Since then we've played some games against kind of mid-table opposition. The first one that was actually against top of the league Leicester City away from home. Andre Dozzle hits the post and we got off to an amazing start. I think this was probably our best performance of the whole season. Salabor getting the first of the goals, and by the first you can see that this game isn't over yet, and we have, we just crank up the pressure more and more, and Ted Bishop is on the end of the second one, and we're 2-0 up against the league leaders away, must I add, before half time. And then Andre Dozzle, he's probably been our player this season, and he probably scores right here the goal of the series so far. Look at that, from that way out he took it from about the halfway line, just ran forward, a small turn, I've got a replay for this one, and then just fires it in off the inside of the far post, and it's just a lovely finish, a lovely hit, and probably one of our best goals of the series, definitely so far. Maybe as we get better players we might score better goals, but it's going to be hard to top that one, that's for sure. Beating his chest in celebration is Andre Dozzle. What a moment for him. And we're not over yet as we head into the last 5 or so minutes. Grant Ward makes his way into the penalty area. It's a bit of a clumsy challenge from Till. I'm not sure who it is actually. I was going to say Chilwell, but to be honest I haven't got a clue. Aaron Moy steps up. He's got 100% record in penalties so far, and that continues with a lovely penalty. Despite the arrow not being shown, we do manage to finish it off pretty well. We managed to clear our lines in the final stages, and yeah, it's a great victory for us as we head into this game at bottom of the table Reading. Surely this time we're going to absolutely batter them, continue our amazing streak. Well, Martinez gets injured, so that's not a great start. He didn't score in the last game, but he's still been great signing for us so far. And you can see there, and point to his knee. I'm going to tell you now, I'll show you later on, but it is an ACL injury and he'll be out for about 6 months. It's not ideal for the lad, and Abdullahi had to come on. He's been training well nicely though, Abdullahi. He's at about a 77 rated. We couldn't clear this twice here, and Reading actually ended up taking the lead. When a player gets injured like that and has to be taken off in that sort of manner, your mind tends to wander, but this is a video game and that makes no sense as Reading go 2-0 up. So yeah, it's a bit embarrassing bottom of the league. We did manage to be top of the league, and now we've lost. We haven't even scored against bottom of the league. So yeah, two contrasting performances. You can see the confirmation of Martinez's injury there as we head to the south coast, St Mary's Stadium, to play Southampton, where we didn't play great. I was saying our win against Leicester, was a very good victory, and we deserved it. It was our best performance of the series. This one we kind of weren't great, but neither was Southampton. I don't think I've shown the stats here, but they're a lot like they are in real life. They just can't seem to get enough shots on target, enough shots into the back of the net. They were getting into good positions and then just putting it wide, so it wasn't ideal for them. But for us, it was all right as we ended up 2-0 victors in the end of that game. And now we head into a game against Newcastle. It's the first live game really of this season in the Premier League where I've played the live game against a small team, just because we've got a long time until we actually play a big team. We've got Liverpool probably in the next episode, and Chelsea, I think back to back perhaps, as we try to close off 2018 in a good light. So away to Newcastle. It's going to be a game where we're going to have to concentrate because, we did lose to Reading. So these small teams can pose a threat and we need to be aware of that. You don't often see many changes between the lineups, and that's pretty much the same here. Abdullahi, of course, replacing Martinez nowadays with his unfortunate ACL injury. We've got a back four of Kenlock, Conte, Webster and Aguirre with Brad Jones in between the sticks. People saying replace him. I've got Sam Johnston getting trained, and I've got a backup goalkeeper in the academy getting trained. So I think they're going to replace him over time. It's not my priority to get a goalkeeper, but I will still add your suggestions to the shortlist. So yeah, I've mentioned the back four, I believe. We've got a midfield five, the same as always. Ward, Bishop, Dozzle, Moy and Salabor. And as I said before, Abdullahi up front hopefully he can score a few goals for the travelling Ipswich fans, because it's going to be a long journey to St James's for them. Right, I'm actually watching the game Leicester City are playing at St James's Park as I'm playing this one. I'm hoping for an away win on both occasions. It's important we actually get a victory here to send the travelling Ipswich fans home delighted. They have travelled an awful long way to Tyneside. Let's give them something to remember. That's actually cleared for a throw. Aguirre's going to take that rather rapidly. Salabor into the box. Abdullahi, that's a good save eventually from Guilherme. I've no idea what his actual name is, but it's a good save. Apparently not, even though the game said it's a save from him. Apparently he hasn't touched it. He's just using his footwork there. It's a lovely ball over the top to Kenlock to try and beat the Newcastle line. He actually has done that in the end. He's going to whip it back. And Moy's got a chance there, but the pressure from the Newcastle defenders has seemed to tell as he puts that one wide of the target. It was a bit of a scuffed shot in the end. We want to try and win it back as quickly as possible. There we go. We've won it back now. Ted Bishop into Abdullahi. He lifts the ball over to Salabor. Now it's a chance for him to get into the box. Nice turn from him. He gives it back to Bishop, and it's a good save from the goalkeeper. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, but it's a good stop from him. It's our first real shot on target as we're peppering the Newcastle goal with shots. Not many of them being on target since that one, though. Now it's Kenlock to try and, again, attack for us. It's Moy now. Sprays it wide. Salabor turns his man, mugs off the keeper. Is now going to celebrate with... Somehow the Ipswich Town fans have made their way down here. I have no clue how. But yeah, they're in the top stand there. And he was going to celebrate in front of them, but apparently there's been a few Ipswich Town fans on the bottom tier, right? Okay, FIFA, you're a bit strange there, but he's kind of just dinged it over the leg of the keeper. He's dived early, and yeah, it's Salabor, our winger, got a lot of flair about him, and he's proven there that you know, he's been a useful coup for us as a pre-contract signing. Right, my controller's working again, which is good, as Teddy Bishop just continues to walk away from the ball. We've got some response. Moy into the box. Dozzle, header, in, offside. Nice tackle from Maguire. It's a good interception from the lad. As we look for the forward runners, Bishop into the feet of Grant Ward. This time for him, low-driven shot, again wide. If we could get a shot on target, we'd probably be 4-0 up now. Newcastle defensively have allowed us a load of space to try and get shots off, and if we don't finish, because I know what our defending is like, if we continue to miss chances like this, we will regret it. Abdullahi out wide this time. It's Salabor on it, the goal scorer for us. He makes his way into the box. He's got bundles of pace. Gonna whip that across the goal. Now Ted Bishop into the roof of the net. In Newcastle are in absolute shambles, but I don't care. As Ted Bishop this time scores and celebrates with those same fans. It's very strange, but who cares? We have managed to get the second goal. Salabor providing the danger here. The goalkeeper parries it into Bishop. He doesn't really need to finish it in the corner, just hits it into the roof of the net on the half volley. He kind of scuffs it a bit on the outside of the boot, but it's a good finish nevertheless, and it's away from the keeper. An absolute fantastic first half from us. And we might be seeing a few tears on Tyneside. Good tackle from Adam Webster. Here we go. As we attack once more. Salabor into Abdullahi. And again, the defence for Newcastle just isn't coping. Andre Dozzle. Nice ball roll from him. Just sees Abdullahi making the run. And Bishop this time gets a third. I mean, it's been about 2 minutes since the last one. Bishop's decided, you know, I'm going to score another. This is an absolute destruction of Newcastle United. I don't think they've had a shot yet, and they're all looking about thinking, what are we doing? They're about 13th, so it's not like they're near the bottom. They're actually having an alright season by their standards in 13th, but yeah, this is a performance which doesn't warrant their position in the table, and yeah, that one just rolls into the back of the net. It's a scissor kick, I think. It's some sort of scissor kick he scored, but aye, what a start for us. Newcastle are actually getting men forward here. They've got 5 men in forward positions here. Aguirre, very good interception from him. Conte again is proven to be crucial in our back line. The two main players of our team here, apart from obviously Dozzle, I think, is going to be the two pre-contract signings. On a routine here. As we're going to have Ted Bishop this time. No one's really on the edge of the box, unfortunately. Ted Bishop's just going to have to dink that in and hope for the best. And he's got almost the best. Webster there flashes ahead across position. You'd be hoping he'd score, but we've got the scoreline now to reflect how we performed in the first half. Very good performance so far. Abdullahi, nice ball. He's just kind of a no-look pass, I think. Salabo into the edge of the area now. Lovely feet from him. Abdullahi shoots with his head away from goal. That could have been a cheeky goal from the two of them linking up there. Abdullahi to Salabo. And back to Abdullahi there. He doesn't even look at the goal, he just shoots. Moy on the edge of the box. Puts it inside to Salabo. He's going to shoot. And off callback, it's gone in. I'm not sure if that's going to be a callback goal or a Salabo goal, but it doesn't matter. We've got 4, and we're not even an hour in. It's Moy on the edge of the area. Salabo's there, and it's our old corner routine. This time with a bit of fortune as it comes off callback. There's lots of bodies in the way. I'm going to blame the keeper for that. But yeah, callback just couldn't get out of the way quick enough. And Leicester have scored as well in real life. What a time to be alive. Ward, Dozzle, Bishop. Ward gives it back this time. Kenlock into Ward once more. Look at this passing from us. Bishop, cheeky, whatever that was, into Kenlock. He's going to give it back to Bishop. He scores a hat-trick. It's 5-0 away from home. What's going on? I've got the sliders on, remember. I've made sure that I've made the game as difficult as I can. Ted Bishop has gone ahead and scored a hat-trick. It's unbelievable scenes on Tyneside for us, and 5-0. I mean, it's crazy. Newcastle haven't really troubled our goal at all. It's probably bad defending. Usually there'd be a block-in for most of these goals I've scored. There'd usually be a block-in, or the defender would make a good tackle or something that wouldn't allow goals like this to be scored. But yeah, it's a bit of a horror show for Newcastle, but I'm not going to complain. 5-0. 5-0. All these games I'm showing you, we're scoring good goals. I expect it to go away eventually though, but yeah, not bad. What a fantastic hit. Ben Yedder. I'm not sure why he's playing for Newcastle, but that's a fantastic hit from Ben Yedder. I was kind of just looking at the other game when it happened, but oh, it's an absolutely fantastic hit. Callback just played it. I think that's Diame. And it's a first time hit, I think, as well from Ben Yedder. It's a good strike from him. Just curled into that top corner. Gives Newcastle at least something to celebrate. Poor ball from Salabor, but that's going to end today's match. And I said at the start of the game, we wanted to try and give the travelling fans something to be happy about. You know, we wanted to try and give them at least a point. We didn't want to lose when they're travelling that far. But yeah, we give them more than enough, I feel. A 5-1 victory. We always seem to be scoring a good amount of goals in this type of live commentary game. We did play a weaker opposition today, but that's not to take anything away with the way we performed. It was more bad defending, I'd say, from Newcastle than it was good attacking from us. But nevertheless, we can leave Tyneside with our heads held high. You can see here, we absolutely petted their goal. Look at the shots we had, all inside the area, may I add. We weren't like blasting long shots out. Pretty much all of them shots have been inside the area from us. In terms of on target, again, all inside the area. And possession wise, yeah, we kind of had it more in their half than they had it in ours. They kind of broke a couple of times and hit the bar. They've tested the keeper a couple of times as well. But yeah, we deserve the scoreline that we've ended up having. But yeah, less about international opportunities. We're going to train the players here. We're in 5th position, and it's a good opportunity for us to reflect on the season so far. That result there is our best in terms of scoring. I'd say our best performance is still a Leicester game though. I don't feel like we put enough pressure on Newcastle. I reckon if we played like we did against Leicester, we would have been a lot more actually, which is, you know, confident to say. So we are now in 5th position. Our next game will be against Swansea. That's going to not be the next game though. We are actually going to play Chelsea in the episode before the January transfer window. Get your suggestions in. All the suggestions that you've added so far have been added to the shortlist. I will go through that when January comes. Liverpool, I was going to play the Liverpool game, but at the same time, they're not really doing great in the table. So I'm going to play Chelsea, who are literally just 1 point above us at the moment. Liverpool are actually bottom of the league, so they're not having the best of times, although they are only 2 points from safety. So yeah, it's very good for us. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like on it. Make some suggestions if you want, transfers, way I play, etc. Thank you all once again for watching, and I'll see you later, lads.